I think so.
Okay, Dustin.
Okay, they're on the grass or gravel.
It's going again. I did play the Army song twice for everybody.
Okay, now Mark and Joe.
They're
shaking hands.
They're ready.
They're coming.
They have
Yes,
less than a
they're
minute
coming.
to get here.
Okay, they're coming. Well, it's going to take. Vanessa and Billy are coming.
We're ready. Dustin has to pause the music after this song.
Okay.
30 seconds.
Oh, I don't even see them yet.
Okay. This is the last 30 seconds. I thought more people would enjoy the Army song. I got no laughs for it.
There's you, and that's what matters, Joe.
It did pop me. I laughed. I thought it was great.
Hoorah or Simplified?
That's Marines,
Ooh.
dude.
I don't know what happened to the bride, but
Now!
thanks, Vanessa.
It's a moment to wait with bated breath.
Who's playing the music?
Well, we have to wait. Okay, walk fast. Oh, good. Troy, you're doing a good job. No meltdowns. You're good. Good. You're good. You're good.
Could be the song now.
But I so confidently won it. You say you're insecure about your feet. Don't take you serious. If you need me to tell you more.
The makeup lady told us not to do that.
I like that they
Is
gave
this
you
Chloe's
props.
song?
Yeah.
Okay. So Troy doesn't have to pause. Please stand for my daughter, the bride. Okay. Yeah, good, Troy. Good. Good, Troy. That's good. Okay, good, Troy. Okay.
You can turn now.
Is the music going to cut off? Please be seated. Oh, I guess it is. Good afternoon, everyone. If you're here for the wedding of Chloe and Joseph, you've come to the right place. Welcome to those of you who are in person and online. We have a considerable group online with us. If you're here receiving this invitation by mistake, well, welcome anyway and enjoy the festivities. We're here to support Joseph and Chloe as they make their promises to each other. Joseph and Chloe, we're here because we know one of you or both of you, and we care about you. Marriage does not exist independent of the community surrounding it. Those in front of you and those joining us online support you in your decision. Generations are here through their care and love. Your grandmother Peggy would be here and ask God to bless your marriage. Your grandfather Hector would be beaming with pride and would shed a tear. Your grandmother Alice would say, "Hip hip hurrah," and welcome Joseph to the family and look forward to gezellig times together. We're here to support you as you focus on each other and the bond you're creating. The public commitment you make today will be richly rewarding. You will create a history together and will support each other on that journey. There will be forces that test you, and remember why you're here, committing to each other, putting each other first, and growing together. You'll discover life together and take risks. You'll grow together, and you'll also be tested. It's in those tests that you have the potential to grow stronger. People say they want to be equals, 50-50. It's a beautiful thought, but it's a cliche. Your life together will rarely be 50-50. Sometimes you'll be 90-10. One of you will give more than the other can or is able to. And this will strengthen your bond. This won't be easy and may not seem fair, and it isn't. And this is where you will fail or survive. You are here because you want to survive. You will be each other's strength and inspiration, and the reason to fight for marriage victory. Chloe's grown up with some magic phrases. And many of them are appropriate now. There are many ways to do things right. Realize you may have differing points of view, and both of these may perfectly be acceptable. See life from each other's perspective. Think before reacting. Take on the other person's perspective. Assume best intentions. You're here because you love each other and want to be on life's journey together. You'll avoid a lot of hurt if you assume the other has the best intention. Be forgiving. You'll each say hurtful phrases, maybe even knowingly, but forgive. Forgiveness does not excuse the behavior. Forgiveness prevents the behavior from destroying your heart. Consider each other. You're no longer alone in your decisions. Think of each other and make decisions together and be open to feedback. And lastly, don't make issues out of non-issues. This needs no explanation, and Chloe may have heard this a time or two. You'll have interests which will be divergent. Be curious about what brings each other joy. This will bring you closer, and you just might find enjoyment as well. Chloe, you're now a Denver Nuggets and a Colorado Rockies fan. And dare I say, Joe, you are now an avid Bachelor and Bachelorette viewer. Neither of you, nor those who know you, could have predicted this. I'll say life will be richer if you embrace each other fully. Today you're not simply showing interest in each other, you're committing to each other. Interest is shown when it's convenient. Commitment is shown through finding a way, and as the Army says, fighting till the battle is won. Joe, now your vows. To Vanessa.
Despite less than ideal circumstances and odds, I'm incredibly fortunate to have developed into a genuinely happy and morally decent person. It's been the most integral part of my quixotic yet somehow realistic quest to become a better man. Even though when we first met, I was unknowingly trying to give you that news. The compassion and empathy you possess for nature is inspiring to me. Despite a few based kleptomania events a year, I sincerely hope our children take after you in this regard. I worry too much about the unavoidable and rapid passage of time, but with you as my partner, I'm beginning to appreciate the journey more than obsessing about the destination. You've balanced my soul and given me the will to approach a lifetime of struggle with diligence and positivity. You're a brilliant, gorgeous, and kind-hearted woman. For the rest of our lives, I want nothing more than to fully reciprocate the warmth and affection you've always shown me. I love you, and it is my dream come true to be your husband.
Troy, please bring the rings. Do you want me to take those? Okay. Joe, would you like to place the ring on your soon-to-be bride? Chloe, your vows?
Oh, jeez.
8 pages.
What part should I edit out?
I used to think I was so awesome and that anyone would be lucky to date me. You've taught me that I'm not. But really, you've raised my standards for myself by being my safe space for my imperfection. You've given me a home where I can learn and grow without judgment. And you've sheltered me through mistakes and blunders and made sure I know I have a teammate who will always show up for me. I am better with you than without you. When I first started writing my vows, I inadvertently conceptualized this process the same way I do when drafting an opening statement for a jury trial. What do I say that's attention-grabbing? What will ingratiate the jury to me and my client? How do I begin to create reasonable doubt? But then I calmed down. I was reminded of something you remind me of a lot. Chill out. I can relax. I don't have to be on defense. I can trust you. You have never let me down. So now I'm going to give the jury, or our family and friends, a little background about us. We met on Hinge. My answer to the question, what are you looking for, was an avocado, a scrap sheet of paper, and a high-quality man. You said you like non sequiturs, so naturally I messaged you first with a non sequitur. You told me you wanted to meet me the Sunday before I was going to take the bar exam. It was a hot July day. You invited me out for pizza and to walk your dogs. I texted my mom, said I didn't want to go, and I was too nervous for the bar exam. She told me it would be a good distraction and that I should get out. She said, and I quote, "Any man worth his salt would understand why you're nervous." She told me to go on the walk and duck out for pizza if I didn't really feel like it. So we met up at the corner of Louisiana and Gilpin in Washington Park. I pulled up and saw you with your dogs. My first thoughts were, oh good, he's good looking. And my first words to you echoed my first thoughts. I said, you're really good looking. And you said, thanks, you are too. So then we walked the loop around the park, and I explained how I felt like I had been in boot camp for the past few months studying for the bar. And then you told me you had been in the Army. You said that was real boot camp. You told me about 3 deployments, 2 to Iraq, 1 to Afghanistan, and about Afghanistan you asked me, have you been? So we finished that walk, and this is not what I wanted to say. Okay. No. Okay. Oh, geez. Okay, yes, so we're back at the place we started. And you asked if I wanted to get pizza. I told you I was a vegetarian. You said you were 4/5 vegetarian. So I thought, damn it, no more excuses. So we went back to our respective places to change clothes. Then we met up at the pizza place. But before we left, you said you had a gift for me. You went to your car and you handed me an avocado, a scrap sheet of paper with a to-do list of future dates, and you said, the verdict's still out on if I'm a high-quality man. So of course I called my mom as I headed back to my apartment, and I said, actually I'm gonna go get pizza. And she was surprised because normally when I make an excuse, I follow through. And she said, really? And I said, yeah, I actually had a really nice time. So when I got to the pizza place, Fat Sully's, you were sitting on a stool at the bar with a big cheesy grin, and that grin never went away. After we ate, we walked around the block and you asked if you could hold my hand. And I left that day ready to deliver my verdict. Not only You were a high quality man. You always say you don't believe me. But at that moment, I knew you were going to be my husband. And I know you don't think that's true, but it was. I truly knew that. I just wasn't going to say it because I didn't want to freak you out. So the following weekend, you made me a nice Italian dinner with homemade sauce. I watched you play rugby and got a really terrible sunburn. We played Scrabble and we shared our first kiss. And a few days later, so this is like a week, we made it official. So in the next few weeks, when you changed your tune abruptly and you started to distance yourself and become cold, I didn't understand it because you were my person. I knew it. Why was this happening? And then you answered my question. You had bed bugs. You can't invite a girl to your place when it's infested with bed bugs. So, ironically, if not for the bed bugs, we might not be here today. There's nothing like an infestation of vermin to bond you. So within the next month, I cried because I couldn't fold your fitted sheet. I got you out of your freshly renewed lease using some legalese, and I took in my orphans, you and your dogs. You moved into my studio apartment, all four of us. And we coexisted pretty seamlessly. Minus the time, excuse my language, that your dog created a shit tsunami and shit all over, like literally 4 feet up the walls. And I cleaned it up, and then you knew I was the one. So all of that said, Joseph, it's been a delightfully easy few years with you, which is why I can stand here with no doubt. I love you. You are one of the few things I trust enough to invite into my solitude. I love you because the worst things about you are that you hang up my clothes the wrong way. You sometimes grow your beard too long and you like pro wrestling. I love you because you like romantic comedies and you text my parents videos of rescued orangutans. I love you because you're incapable of being dishonest. Like when we go through the checkout line, you ring up the jalapeno peppers as jalapeno peppers and not a less expensive pepper. I love you because you care about farmed animals and you're committed to a plant-based lifestyle. I love you because you still act like you need my help to make banana muffins. I love you because you accept me for all that I am, my general neuroses and argumentative nature. I love you because you help me re-examine my long-held beliefs and determine whether they are baseless. And I love you because you never let me down. Joseph, I promise to never make a promise that I can't keep. I promise to make that salted caramel cake from scratch for your every birthday until you decide you want something different. I promise to never take advantage of you for any future life insurance policy. I promise to adapt. I promise to try my best to be free of ego. I promise to approach difficult conversations with tact. I promise to stay inspired. I promise to remind you that your existence is not arbitrary and there is meaning in the vast and mundane. I promise to stick up for you. I promise to surprise you. I promise to catch you when you don't know you're falling. I promise to keep your confidence. I promise to approach you with curiosity and always attempt to understand you. And I promise to help you maintain your dignity until the very end. The verdict is in. You're a high-quality man. I'll go anywhere with you, and you are invited everywhere with me. You are my person. I have no reasonable doubt. Thank you for loving me.
Troy, would you bring the ring? And Chloe? Okay, go ahead and sit down. Now we can witness the signing of the marriage certificate. Troy, please bring the wedding clipboard. And so we'll have Joseph and Chloe sign, and then the witnesses. And then you can bring it to Billy. Yes, witness. Groom spot is taken. And now to Mark. They're official. As your mother and now your mother-in-law, happily, I'm pronouncing you husband and wife. Joe, Chloe, would you like to seal it with a kiss? You want your bouquet? All right, go ahead. Troy? Troy, you go ahead. You want to go first? Yeah. I'll direct people back. We should probably stop here and greet people as they go. Now what? Do we direct them over there for hors d'oeuvres, right?